to tune in to At Home with Christ Ministry with Julie Thomas, broadcasting Monday nights at 8 p.m. live on licmc.net, radio, Facebook, and YouTube.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the At Home with Christ podcast. Our show today begins with talking about the iniquities of immoral behaviors. That is the mystery of immoral behavior. And this story begins back with something in the Bible in Job, chapter 1, verse 12, where it tells us that Satan walks into the counsel of God and God speaks to him respectfully. Now, we all know Satan is been called the ruler of this world. He's our enemy, and he is what is behind a lot of bad things going on. But when we start talking about the iniquity of immoral behavior and the mystery of it, it goes back to the Bible, where it says in Ephesians 2, verse 27, which is divine at a time when evil is at work. Although this time and the days are numbered for Satan. And so we want to remember that Satan did have a relationship with God. And he had a mysterious relationship with him. And we're not blaming God. And we understand that as humans, we don't understand what kind of relationship Satan had with God and what was all involved. But we do know that Revelations 12:10 tells us the accuser of our brothers will be thrown down. Remember that. The accusers of your brothers will be thrown down. That doesn't mean for you to go out and try to take things in your own hand or to solve this particular problem, because the accuser of your brother, of our brother, will be thrown down. Now, it says here, Peter 1 reminds us that we should be watchful because the devil walks around right now like a lion looking for anyone to devour, and that we must resist him firmly in our faith. You must resist the devil firmly in your faith before you are devoured. Now, John also warns us in the story when he says the devil was trying to tempt Jesus, but Jesus yells to the devil, "Get behind me, devil." So you and I both need to practice what Jesus said in the story when he told Satan to get behind him. We need to practice that. And we need to not be tempted by the devil. We need to practice the same techniques that Jesus used. Now, if we seek to follow Christ, it says, we must remember that we will be prosecuted. Now, that word is kind of odd because this time it means that our prosecution will not come from humans, but from spiritual things, heavenly places, things that we may be trying to do, and there's some heavenly battles going up on ahead. So just know that as followers of Jesus, and if we want to be like Jesus, then we are going to incur some sort of spiritual downfall. And that's like we're talking about the iniquities of the mystery of evil's come from. Because you don't know where it came from. I don't know where it's come from. But only God knows, because God has a time and a place when it will end. Now, A faithful disciple just as Paul did, who had thorns in his sides, stated that Satan sent a messenger to him. So we all have a thorn in our side. We all have a messenger from Satan. And the point we are saying is this: there is a lot of evil out there, but we have to be watchful. We have to pray. We have to ask for protection. And we have to remember that there is a God. There is a God. And although there's a lot of stuff going on, there's people getting killed, there's people missing, there's a God out there. But we're in a time where we are subject to the mystery of iniquities, the mystery of immoral behaviors. It's immoral for a man to go out and kill a baby. It's immoral for a brother to go out and kill another brother. It's immoral for a person to stab a person. But what is not immoral is for you to love God and for you to pray for God. And what is also not immoral is for you to forgive your enemies, because God wants you to forgive each other. If you don't forgive that person that hurt you, then how can God forgive you? So you must think to yourself, when you get ready, you're mad, you're frustrated, the first thing you should think is, if I don't forgive this person for what they have done, and instead of going out to kill them, then how is it that God will forgive me? And this is very important. You must learn to resist the devil, because the devil is the one that is telling you to go out and rob somebody, to go out and kill somebody, to go out and harm somebody. The devil's not telling you to go out and love somebody. Only God is doing that. There's only one God. And that one God, his name is Jehovah. And here's what you must listen. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Remember what we've been talking about before in Ephesians, in the book of Ephesians. We're not fighting against each other. We're fighting against rulers of dark worlds, rulers of spiritual worlds, dark spiritual worlds. We must wake up, people, and we must learn that, first of all, prayer is key, and we must learn to forgive each other. Or you may face the same thing that you've ordered that person to face. You go out and kill somebody, then someone sooner or later will kill you. But we hope not. We hope not. So you must understand the iniquities of immoral behavior. It is immoral for people to do stuff, and this is an iniquity. And it's a mystery, because nobody knows how it exists. Nobody knows how it starts, but we can tell you how it will end, and it will end in its appropriate time and place, because your Lord, Jehovah, will end it. And until next time, thank you. We're done. Okay.
Be sure to tune in to At Home with Christ Ministry with Julie Thomas, broadcasting Monday nights at 8 p.m. live on licmc.net, radio, Facebook, and YouTube.
Hello, I am Julie Thomas, And the name of my podcast is it's a Well Water Christian podcast for my social media podcast show, which is At Home with Christ. And now I want to tell you about my latest TV show, which is going to be At Home with Christ TV. And you can reach that and you can see all the episodes on Shrimp TV. On shrimp.com. So that you can go to this new platform, which is shrimp.com, and look for At Home with Christ TV under London. It is a fantastic show, and we hope